trying to do it right. I've been living a lonely life. I've been sleeping here instead. I've been sleeping in my bed. Sleeping in my bed.
So my experience with Hurricane Sandy was actually terrible. In Brooklyn, a lot of the times if you live near water, all this stuff is really bad. So I live right next to a place called Caesars Bay. It's a big, like right by the Verrazano Bridge, and we were just about a block away from Zone A. My mom was absolutely freaking out. She's totally paranoid. This girl in our school, her mom died actually from the hurricane. Her and her dad were outside. There was a piece of concrete blocking all of the water rushing by, and all of a sudden just broke. And she just had glass, her arm was just sliced open. And the husband tried to help her, and the whole family just pretty much watched her like bleed to death, and the ambulances couldn't get to her, and it was just really terrible to hear, because again, you know, people's houses, but imagine such a huge chunk of your life being a teenage girl without your mom for the rest of your life, you know. It's like the little things forever that she's just deprived of, you know, like just whatever, the little talks at night, you know, doing each other's makeup, stupid stuff that we probably brush off that she's never going to get to experience again, and it's all because of a hurricane, you know. It's like something that we couldn't control that really just changed people's lives forever. My personal experience, like my whole shed caved in, there was shingles off the house, like lights were flickering. It was honestly terrifying. I know.
The next thing we did is after we cleaned everything up, the following week I kind of checked with the insurance company to see what was covered. And we found out that nothing really that got damaged was covered, which was okay, because like I said, you know, it was good not to have any damage inside the house. But you know, all the things that did get beat up, we had to just, you know, either fix ourselves or repair ourselves or pay for. So we're in the process of getting everything back to shape and going from there.
The morning that Hurricane Sandy hit, about 7 o'clock, it was kind of a last-minute decision to evacuate our house. So I wasn't there, but my mom and my stepdad kind of packed up as much as they thought they would need, clothes and the animals, all our pets and stuff, and went to their friend's house. And I think it was about 2 days later, my stepdad drove down to our neighborhood, and it was blocked off by police. And they said that we weren't going to be allowed in for a couple of days. So he actually snuck into our neighborhood walking, and there were boats everywhere in the streets, like up against trees. There's just stuff everywhere. She basically rebuilt the whole house by herself when she bought it. And I lost everything that I had except for what books that were on shelves. That was about it. But it could have been worse. The house is still there. At least we thought. And then in about January, after we'd already redone the floor, ordered custom cabinets for the kitchen, replaced all of the appliances, we found out that we're actually going to have to tear down the house. Just new regulations when it comes to insurance and township things. Immediately after we realized that it was a really big issue in our neighborhood, my mom actually went online and got phone numbers, got just any information that she could for whatever help was out there, and she immediately searched for FEMA. They were in our neighborhood the day that we were allowed in our neighborhood. They actually already had our information because my mom went online and filled it out, and they were able to pretty much immediately, I think it only took about a day or two, to get 3 months rent and a stipend of money for any of our immediate needs, whether it was toiletries or clothes or whatever it was that we were going to need in the immediate future. And it was really helpful and a little bit of a weight lifted that we didn't have to think about any of that stuff right away. Even though some things have gone smoothly, a lot of things haven't, and we still have a lot of rebuilding to do and kind of a lot of starting over to do.